Sing the wondrous love of Jesus. Sing His mercy and His grace. In the mansions bright and blessed, He'll prepare for us a place. When we all get to heaven, one day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout victory. Blessed and be true and faithful, trusting, serving every day. Just one glimpse of Him in glory, heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we are victory, onward to the pearly gates will open. We shall tread the streets of gold. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and
you have an interest in the Lord's work. Few announcements before we go to our classes. The men's Thursday night Bible class gathering 6:30 this Thursday. The ladies' Thursday morning retreat at 6 p.m. For those of you who have never done a trunk or treat, and you give it out of your trunk, okay? And it's online.
So the treats are in the trunk?
Yes, trunk or tree. Truck. You're a smart guy. But now we're getting a little out of hand, Mike. All right. This is the, what is that, Ron? All right. After y'all have all said that, we have that. You can look in the bulletin. It'll tell you more about that. There's a Friendsgiving dinner for families with children, all ages, hosted by and Ham, and everybody else is going to bring a side dish or something along those lines. Messengers of Hope for October. Stuffing of any kind. You can do that to the church. Just put MOH on your check, and that'll take care of that. Did you sent out an email about Sherry Brooks's? She's been kind of taking care of him, and she's a member here, but she's from that. There will be a viewing on Friday, October the 13th from 4 to 7 p.m., a funeral on Saturday, fluid on her lungs. Isn't that correct, Patty? And she is going to hopefully get that taken care of, that she's as far as prayer requests. Yes, Ruth? In her prayers, she's broke her foot and going into rehab. Anybody else? Yes? Stress test. Okay. Dismissed to our classes. Our most gracious God, when we pause to think that we can come before your throne chilling, that a God who the angels are constantly crying, interrupt that for you to hear our prayers. It's humbling, Father. And tonight, Father, as we come before your throne, we are recognizing inside of us constantly. There's a battle between asking for forgiveness where we've fallen short. We ask for what you've set before us. Father, we've come together tonight to study your word, which guides our steps and guides our lives. Help us, Father, tonight. We will, Father, try our best to look for ways to serve others in this world we'll try to look for ways, Father, to glorify your name in our life. And we'll look, Father, think that no matter what's going on in our life, no matter what troubles we have prepared for us in heaven. Help us to have a mindset, a heavenly mindset, that we don't look for our happiness here on earth, but we will look to the needs of others, especially those, Father, of the household of faith. And tonight, Father, are of our number that are hurting, that are going through illnesses, that have lost loved ones. But Father, we want to bring up some names that were mentioned tonight. We want you to keep Sherry Brooks and find joy in their grief. We ask, Father, that you help us to minister to her and that family in any way that we can. And Father, we know that Daryl loves her and takes good care of her. And we ask, Father, that you be with our sister Jan Newkirk as she's fallen and broken her foot, and sister Miriam as she goes for a stress test. Needs. We have loved ones that we care about, people that we miss, and we ask, Father, tonight as a prayer, and help us, Father, comfort as we are comforted by knowing that you hear our prayers. Father, thank you again, praise, and that we can just dig into the Word, Father, and see how it applies to our life, our family, what it is today here at North Tampa. And I pray, Father, that you will continue to be with this church as it continues to grow, as we continue to seek Him. I need a runner tonight. Matt Manzi, come on down. Matt's going to hand you the handouts and give you pens if you need it. And almost didn't recognize you. Going the other direction and you're going a different one. Yeah, I think it's about time for me too. Good. I didn't mention this in the announcements tonight, but we had a very, very exciting time. She has double vision. And so you can imagine what it would be like coming home every day. It's bad quite a bit of the time. Like today, I took her to an eye appointment, and on the way home, she's doing this. And I'm like, what's wrong? She says, I can't tell whether the cars are coming over, and I just don't want to look. And so the vision is giving her problems. And so occasionally she'll go do something on her own, but for the most part, it's been announced, so I'm not going to try, but it's treatable. So but it's exciting that, and they haven't died. We have spent going to eye doctors, and this is so exciting that hopefully it'll work out. But anyway, we got another out. I just hope her eyes don't get real good and she takes a real close look at me. She may be leaving me. Anybody? All right. Anybody in here, do you like gangster? Y'all hate to admit it because it doesn't sound Christian, does it? So you're afraid, okay, Neal's asked me to raise my hand. Do you like The Godfather? And I can't say that I don't, but I need to. But anyway, I like reading history of the gangsters. I went to Chicago one time, and I went around and saw some of the Al Capone. It's just completely different. But there was a guy that worked under Al Capone, and his name was Mickey Cohen. Came up under Al Capone. And Mickey Cohen got sent to, estimated at one time, he was bringing in $500,000 a day. Now, this is in the 40s and 50s that this was going on. But the guy was doing really well. Well, Billy Graham. In 1949, he had his first crusade. In his book, Just As I Am, he talks about nobody wanted to hear him preach, so we'd go out to Hillsborough State Park. And he decided he wanted to become an evangelist to the United States, and he started in Los Angeles, and it was supposed to be a 2-week crusade. Y'all know that name? He's a big newspaper mogul. He heard about Billy Graham, and he just sang in his papers, all of his papers. Well, there was a lieutenant, but I think I've got it right. There was a lieutenant of his by the name of Voss, Jim Voss. And Jim Voss decided on a whim one night that he was going to go to these crusades. And he went to the crusade, and of course the crusades were nothing like it was. And Jim Voss went into the crusade and listened. Now, we're not going to get into baptism and all that kind of stuff, but this guy stepped over the line about gangsters and the mafia. One of the things